everybody, how's it going? It is Monday, September the 21st, just after 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and this is an impromptu episode of Fandom Empire Live. I am your host, Sean. Thank you for taking the next half an hour or so out of your day, or I guess night, to sit down, talk some Halloween, Friday the 13th, and a little bit more with us tonight. We're going to really turn things over to the chat at some point here. To be honest, I came down to the studio here to just do some pre-recorded content, and for whatever reason, my Streamlabs record button was not working. So I figured the next best option was to do a live video with all you guys here tonight, and just spend half an hour talking horror with all you guys. Obviously, if you're not new to the channel and keeping up to date with what's been going on here lately, you know that over the weekend we shot our Indiegogo teaser for our Halloween 4 sequel fan film, which is Haddonfield, The Vanished, which was a lot of fun. Ray, myself, Mike, and a couple others put a lot of hard work in to really getting that thing to pan out the way we wanted it to. I can't wait to share it with everybody. I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised. I think there's definitely some Halloween 4 in the teaser that if you're a fan of that film, you're going to enjoy it. There's also a little something else that might have some people maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable. We're in the editing process now, and we'll see how that goes. Shooting is one thing, editing's another, and if there's one part of the process that I get a little nervous about, it's the editing process, because you're sort of and not that I don't trust guys like Mike and Slade who are doing the editing alongside me, but it's like you're kind of letting someone else come in and tinker with your baby, and whether you're doing an Indiegogo fan film or a little 5-minute short that you're going to throw up on your YouTube channel or Facebook or wherever, there's a real level of trust needed when you hand off your project to someone else. And so kind of going through that at the moment, and you want to be on the same page, but you also have to be open to ideas that someone else might have. It's quite possible that the people that you're working with might be like, you know what? Instead of doing that, why don't we do this? And it turns out that their idea might have been better than what you had. I know when we were filming on the weekend, and don't worry, we're going to get to the Halloween and the Friday the 13th stuff. And so far the chat's pretty spot on the Friday the 13th stuff, but we'll dive a little deeper in on that. But to the filming of the Haddonfield The Vanished teaser on the weekend, it was a process. You never know what's going to happen. Look, I've stated from the beginning that our film, well, it is going to look fantastic. It might not be the level of like a major motion picture film, but we're going to show people that you can do something special and unique with the tools that you have. And I think people are going to appreciate it. If you're a fan of Halloween 4, I think you're going to appreciate it. I think that our story is a better story than what is delivered in Halloween 5, keeping in mind we are simply a fan film. But anyway, we're filming on the weekend, and I have to tell you, I know we went live behind the scenes with you guys. I don't have a hat on tonight. I'm fresh back from a family dinner. I got to tip my hat, which is not here with me, to Mike. He's more or less our stunt guy. And that dude busted his ass off this weekend. If there's one thing that really sort of irks me the wrong way when I see a fan film, it's, hey, that physical altercation looks like shit because it looks, fake. And it just doesn't look real. And there's not enough, realism to what they're doing. You know, you can clearly tell at times, oh, well, that guy's going easy on him, or he's pulling punches, or that fall wasn't real. And let me tell you, the shit that you're going to see Mike do is very, very real. And the fact that we probably did a dozen takes on it or so, as good as that guy is, he was sore, you know. It's anybody who's working in any level of stunt work. It's not easy. Not that I would know, because as you can tell, I'm not a stunt man. But and neither's Mike for that matter. He's just a really athletic guy who knows how to do certain things, and we made sure he was protected. But still, there's a level of physicality that if you want to do a fan film or a quick short, I think your first goal should be to make it, if you know, you might be doing a short that's not really story driven. So if it's not story driven, it's got to look real. And we definitely have a little bit of both of that, both of those things in our teaser. You have some physicality that, in my opinion, looks very real. And then you also have a story, which we were debating whether we were going to show or not in an Indiegogo teaser, because it's not the teaser or a trailer for the actual movie, but rather a teaser for Indiegogo for people to decide whether they're going to donate to the cause or not. So yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I'll give you guys an idea. I know you guys are all over the lawsuit right now and the Friday stuff. We'll get there. But to give you guys an idea, we filmed for about 3 hours Saturday night to get 90 seconds of footage. 3 hours for 90 seconds of footage. Now, that might seem a little extreme, but we wanted to make sure we had all of our bases covered. You know, spirits were good. I will say this, when you're working on even after the Indiegogo, when you look at what we're aiming to do, it's still a low-budget fan film. Sometimes props don't do what they're supposed to do, and we had to, I'll be blunt. We had a fog machine, and we were going to use this fog machine in our teaser. And it turned out said fog machine, right as we were going to use it, decided to die. So on the spot, we had to sit down and brainstorm a completely different shot than what we intended to do. Like, not just a different shot in the same area. We moved to a completely different area. And to be honest, after we all sat there and brainstormed about it, we like what we ended up getting better than what the fog would have delivered. So it was sort of, accidental genius, I guess you could say. It worked out well. All right. That's enough about that. We'll have more on the Indiegogo campaign in a little bit. Again, we are doing a sequel to Halloween 4, Haddonfield the Vanished, a Fandom Empire production, a Halloween fan film. And hopefully our Indiegogo campaign will be launching soon, but we're going to make sure that we have everything just right before we throw it out there into the world. And I think that's important. All right. Sorry, guys. My chat froze there for me. See. I don't know what it is. The YouTube studio has not been working on the level that it should be. So I'm going to touch on a couple of Halloween rumors that have been floating around, not necessarily online yet, but between some of us who communicate behind the scenes about scoops and whatnot. And if you've been following this channel, you know more often than not we're pretty spot on. And then we're going to touch on Friday the 13th, and then we'll hand it over to the chat and whatever you guys want to talk about tonight. Before I go any further, though, I just want to remind everybody, again, I know this is an impromptu show, and I know a lot of our regulars aren't here, but if you want to support the channel in any way, you can feel free to send in a super chat about anything you want. It can be any topic you want, and anything that comes into the channel goes back into the channel, and we appreciate the support, whether you're super chatting or part of our Patreon or just, spending a half an hour with us growing this community together. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. If we didn't like what we do, we wouldn't be here. So, and I know I'm saying we for the new people that are watching. There's usually more than just me now, but we're going old school tonight, and it's just me. So, here's what I was hearing about Halloween, specifically Halloween Kills. And I'm calling this a rumor. I'm not going to call it a report, because I don't necessarily trust it. However, you know that if we've run stuff before on this channel, more often than not, it comes out to be true. And not by like a 60-40 percentage either. It's more like a 90-10, if that, or possibly even more than that. So, a buddy of mine, I guess you can call him a buddy, a source that we use here on the channel, reaches out to me today. And basically, the long story short says, do you know that if the pandemic doesn't clear up by, 8 months from now, not a year from now, 8 months from now, that they will likely delay Halloween Kills again? And I said to him, I just don't see that happening. At the end of the day, this is not... I love Halloween, guys. I do. I love it to pieces. The conspiracy trifecta. Do you have an official... I will get to that. I will get to your question. Just stay with us. Let me get through this first. So, basically, if you've watched the channel, you know that I believe there's almost, and I say almost, no chance Halloween Kills gets delayed again. I don't see that being in the realm of possibilities. However, never say never, and we're in a world that is anything but predictable at the moment. I had someone who's watching message me and say, "What's up with the lighting tonight?" I don't have my normal ring light on. There's a lot going around here over the weekend. Certain equipment needed to be moved elsewhere while filming, and so no ring light, just normal light on tonight. No bad timing. No bad timing. There's never a bad time to ask a good question. Just if I don't stay on topic, I'll end up getting off. It's been a long day. Those of you that have me on Facebook or... I think I only posted on Facebook, and I know some of you have me on Facebook. Was in a bus accident today. My day job is I drive bus, and somebody wasn't watching where they were going, and they nailed the bus pretty hard. Thankfully, no one else was on it. And hell, I wasn't even driving at that time. I was cleaning the bus, so I was already parked. But I'm okay. I'm in one piece. Still a little shaken up, a little frustrated about the whole situation. And yeah, so if I'm, not in my normal headspace here, people, that is probably why. It's been one hell of a day. Art says, "Sean, I like your hair." Yeah, I hide my hair under a hat most times, Art. It was mother-in-law's birthday tonight, so I went out for dinner, hence the no Halloween shirt, just rocking the plaid shirt, jeans, hair, etc. Anyways, so our source sits there and tells us today that there's a really good chance Halloween Kills is going to get delayed again if, the situation has not cleared itself up, by May, June next year. And, my response to them was, I just don't see that happening. While Halloween Kills has the ability to go out there and make $300 million, and it very well might, especially with an IMAX release, if theaters are operating at a normal capacity, look, these movies have a shelf life. They do. They're not, look, and this is not my bias showing, this is not Star Wars. This is not Marvel. This is not The Dark Knight or anything of that sort. This is a horror movie that did extremely well, better than any other Halloween release by a mile. In fact, Halloween 2018 did so good, I believe if you gross take the gross of every other Halloween movie combined, Halloween 2018 made almost as much as every single other one combined. gives you an idea how well it did. But still, they have a shelf life. And spoilers are out there, and spoilers sometimes can be positive. Sometimes they can be negative, you know. Hang on a second. I don't mind showing this. I'm not going to show you guys any details. This thing that got dropped on my doorstep, this guy right here, has leaked online. Jimmy Champagne and I went out of our way to warn people, look, if we have it, and it was literally dropped on our doorstep, basically, then it's going to get out there. Because loose lips sink ships. And it has gotten out there to the point where it's very, very easy it's very easy to find, if you want spoilers for this movie, to find them. You're not going to find them on this channel. We'll give you reports and rumors. But it is what it is. So now there's already people diving anywhere they possibly can to find spoilers on Halloween Kills. Some people don't care. Like Toronto Freddy in the chat, he's a chat mod for us here. Massive supporter of the channel. Consider the guy one of my best buds. He doesn't want spoilers. He doesn't want to be spoiled, and I respect that. We did a little drive-along stream the other day, and I had to be, I had to make sure that I watched what I said because I didn't want to spoil anything for him. You don't spoil things for people who don't want to be spoiled. However, if this thing gets backed up another year, again, nobody knows what the world's going to look like. But if it gets backed up another year, and this thing doesn't come out till 2021, again, personal opinion here, if Halloween Kills was to not come out till 2021, people are going to go looking for spoilers. There will be some that hold out, and to them, I tip my virtual hat that's not here to you. But the mass majority of people are going to go and they're going to look for any spoiler they can find. Because now the wait is too long. And I'm not saying that's okay. I didn't go looking for that. Literally had it dropped on my lap. Appreciated, but had it dropped on my lap. Halloween Kills, if it gets delayed till 2021, and you can mark my words, if this happens. I don't think it's going to. But if this happens, and this is what I told our source today, there is not a fucking chance, not one bloody chance. Sorry, pardon me. Thank you, the chat said. If the movie gets delayed to 2022, that's the type of day I've had. You get hit by a bus, not me personally, but my bus gets hit by another bus on top of everything else that's going on. Yes, 2022, guys. Thank you in the chat for clarifying that for me. If this movie gets backed up to 2022, which there's no reason for that to happen other than the pandemic, around May or June has not cleared up. And it might not. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor or scientist. No fucking idea. I'm a bus driver with a YouTube channel, part of a team. That's my job. My job's not to tell you when the hell any of that shit clears up. But I can tell you, if it gets delayed to 2022, if Universal and Blumhouse, mainly Universal's call, thinks that they're going to pull in $300 million, not going to happen. And I know some people will be like, no, well, they've waited this long and people will be out in droves to see it. Movies have a shelf life. I'm not going to mention this guy by name. I will say that he is a mod of another very popular, far bigger than us, horror channel out there. And he works in the industry, and him and I had a long conversation last week. And people just don't understand the fact that some movies have shelf lives. They do. It's that simple. You're not gonna Halloween Kills was never gonna be released for one day only. I can tell you, I can't believe the traction that rumor gained, considering that I personally know the guy that put out the poster, and when it first made its debut, it wasn't a report, it was, wouldn't this be cool? Sure. It would also be financial suicide, but it'd be cool. You know, nothing wrong with that. But it was never going to happen. In my opinion, the movie gets delayed again. Who knows? Who knows? But it's not a shoo-in, guys. You know, it's not even a guarantee that this time next year, let's say theaters are at 100% capacity. I don't see that happening. I don't know how everyone else is faring with the pandemic, but it's getting a hell of a lot worse up here. There's no guarantee that Halloween Kills makes the same amount of money Halloween 2018 did, even with an IMAX release. So I found it odd that our source reached out to us about this today. Specifically because you could take the smartest person in Universal. Whoever the head is. I don't know who the head is. I can't pull that name out of my ass. And they have no idea what the world's going to look like. The NBA doesn't. The NHL doesn't. The NFL doesn't. Nobody knows what the world looks like come May or June. But I can tell you that if the theaters are still open in some capacity, I do think Halloween Kills will be released as long as most theaters are open at, say, 50% capacity and then to VOD. I think there is almost no chance Halloween Kills gets delayed to 2022. I could be wrong. Everybody hear that? Yes. A YouTuber admitting that he could be wrong. Some don't know how to do that. I don't know. For all of our sakes, I hope we get to see Halloween Kills really, I guess a year from now, roughly. If you're going to the Toronto International Film Festival, I can tell you that even this far out, it still seems like that's what's going to happen. That Kills would debut there. You know the old saying, don't fix what's not broken? Why wouldn't you debut it there? It was going to debut there this year. Hadn't been officially announced yet, but it was going to debut this year. So at the end of the day, I would like to let's turn things over to the chat for a second before we dive to Friday the 13th. Frank Riker's in the house. How's it going, Frank? Hope all is well, man. Hope all is well. What's the chat think? If the pandemic is just as bad as it is right now in May or June, do you guys think that they would do a limited theatrical release and then VOD with that 17-day window? Or do you think they would delay it again? Comment down, or if you're watching this after the fact, comment down in the comment section below. We want to know what you think. We do our best to get a hold of everybody. We are going to be turning things over. For those that are watching live right now, we're going to turn things over to the chat for any question you want. If you want to support the channel, feel free to send in a super chat. Anything that comes into the channel goes back into the channel. But we will get to normal questions too. We do not just answer super chats on this channel. Friday the 13th. So, hope you're feeling all right. Hey, Spooky. Thanks, man. It's appreciated. A little sore, but living. So, I'm not going to say who because I'm pretty sure this person's watching right now, and I don't want to throw them under the bus. But I get this message saying, Friday the 13th movie in development. And I'm thinking to myself, finally, these fucking pricks have come to an agreement and we're going to get another Friday the 13th movie. I got to be honest, guys. I didn't mind the one with Jared Padalecki. I know some people aren't a fan of it, but I thought it was pretty good. I'm also a Supernatural guy, too, though. So I was excited. And then I did some fact-checking and realized who the source was. So I'll do you all a favor. Whenever We Got This Covered or Cosmic Book News comes out with anything at all. This just in, Frank Riker loves the Scream franchise, according to We Got This Covered. Sorry, Frank, had to. Just assume that it's fucking utter horseshit. You know, some of the bigger YouTube channels that have 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers will say, oh, hey, that guy on Billie Jean's movie vlog there with 119 subscribers said this. The guy with 119 subscribers may have sources and you not know. It doesn't matter if you have 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers, 1 billion subscribers. Does anybody have 1 billion subscribers? That can't be a thing. It doesn't matter how fucking big your following is. That doesn't mean you do or don't have connections. But if someone continuously puts out bullshit and it's continuously wrong, you're probably okay to assume that they aren't connected, they're full of shit, and they just want you to do this. Click, click, click. Gotta get my clicks. Gotta get the fucking clicks. Click! We Got This Covered's fucking terrible, guys. So's Cosmic Book News. It is what it is. Horror and Coffee says, I only have 251 subs. Yeah, well, Horror and Coffee, your cousin could be Jason Blum. None of us know. You could get stuff right all the time. Sub count, view count, like count, dislike count, count chocolate, what's the cereal? Something like that. Look, doesn't matter how big your following is, you might have connections. We're blessed with having a few, which is why we've been able to develop a track record of reporting things right. It's why when I reached out to the other two sources that we use for covering Halloween, and those that have watched know that we mentioned 3 people that we use, the other 2 basically said way too early to talk about anything like that when it comes to Halloween Kills being delayed to 2022. In terms of the Friday the 13th thing, though, like you guys said earlier, it's bullshit. It's crap. There's no validity to it whatsoever. There's just nothing. Absolutely no truth to this Friday the 13th thing. It sucks because guess what? I'd love to come on here and be like, guys, Friday the 13th, 2023 or something. Be badass. You know, could you imagine? Because I'm going to be blunt here for a second. I think some of the Friday the 13th movies are not real good. They're all fun to watch. I have a blast watching them. But I think the Halloween franchise has far more quality movies than the Friday the 13th one does. Hell, I have only seen Nightmare on Elm Street movies once, basically. I think I might have seen the first one twice. And I think their movies have more quality than Friday the 13th does, but both franchises fell victim of, we got to release a movie every year. We got to do it. It doesn't matter how good it is. Hey, less is more sometimes. Less is fucking more. Let's put out quality, not quantity. It's the way it goes. So sadly, yeah, the Friday the 13th rumors were complete bullshit, generated again by a complete bullshit source. And again, not getting on the person that texted me. I know they were excited. Everybody makes a mistake. Hell, have you guys just, you're sitting there and you're scrolling on your phone and you're like, oh my God, the Michael versus Jason film is oh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. So We Got This Covered. Or, oh my God, they're gonna cancel out The Last Jedi and make something that's not complete and utter horse shit. Oh, no, they're not. Sources, guys. Sources. We Got This Covered. Cosmic Book News, I can guarantee you, are complete and utter bullshit. So it pains me to say that there's no new news. These two guys are still battling over the Friday the 13th franchise. Meanwhile, Vincent DeSante is about to put out a movie that is probably better than either one of these guys were going to put out. So, Never Hike in the Snow is not far away. Never Hike Alone, I thought, was fantastic. It is what it is. It is what it is. With that said, we're going to move into our AMA. This is not going to be a long stream, guys. I'm not going for an hour and a half tonight. I'll go for another, depending on how many people are in here and how many questions are coming in. We'll talk about whatever the hell you guys want. You guys want to talk about Haddonfield the Vanished, our Indiegogo Halloween 4 sequel movie that we're developing? We can talk that. We can talk Halloween Kills. We can talk Halloween Ends. We can talk Friday the 13th. We can talk Frank Riker's favorite movie franchise in Scream. Love you, Frank. We can talk Nightmare on Elm Street. We can talk whatever the hell you guys want to. But we are going to turn things over to the chat right now. It's AMA time here on Fandom Empire Live. Let's get your questions in. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a super chat or not. Hey, here's an example. Sometimes we do fantastic on super chats. We're not just about the money here. Yeah, obviously, when we make more money, it allows me to be able to do things like this more and spend some time away from the family because, hey, we're generating some money. But we've made nothing off this. We'll make some ad money off of it, obviously, but the chat is on fire, and I'm loving it. It doesn't matter that we haven't made jack shit. You guys are on fire in the chat, and that's why we're here. We have a passion for horror together. Let's share it together. And yeah, so let's go. AMA time. Let's see what we got here. And let me scroll up, see what I missed. I know Trifecta had one. The conspiracy Trifecta. Do you have an official amount of money you're going to need? He or she is talking about Haddonfield the Vanished, the Indiegogo campaign, which will launch soon. I don't want to give an exact date yet because we're not going to launch before we have everything ready, and it is a process. It's a tedious process. There's a lot of different people involved. We got to make sure we have all of our I's dotted, T's crossed. And we want to, we're still working on some of the perks too and changing some things. And I know one guy's been after me about the whole, they want a black softball jersey instead of a white one, the black and the orange. And I think we might have found a way to do that. So it's constantly an evolving process. I know Dave McRae did a stream the other day on Indiegogo. For the record, he was not talking about us. Him and I had a conversation, actually, was it yesterday or the day before, about filming and stuff. So, look, we're in a picture-perfect world, we'd like to raise at least $9,000 Canadian. We don't have the following that Dave has or Vincent DeSante has, but if you go and look at what Braden Timmons did, Braden Timmons, wonderful YouTuber, a guy who has spent a lot of his valuable time actually helping us get our campaign in order and making sure we were getting the right equipment, and just a really cool dude. He's doing Haddonfield Nightmare. I believe that's what it's called, Haddonfield Nightmare. Just type in Haddonfield Nightmare with Braden Timmons, it'll come up. I believe those guys, and I think they have around the same following as us, maybe slightly less. Those guys raised $18,000 American. $18,000 American. That's impressive. But they have their shit together. And from what I've seen from their film, it looks really good. I'm going to tell people right now, right off the bat, I can't give too much away about our film, but if you're expecting your just typical, normal Halloween film, that's not what our film is. Our film is a sequel to Halloween 4 while using some experimental methods and different storytelling approaches while still telling a Halloween story, but also sort of world building our own original story into it that we hope to branch off of. This is not a one and done thing for us. We're taking this very seriously. But in a picture perfect world, we'd like to raise $9,000 Canadian. If we raise more than that, it gives us the ability to do a lot more, which would be fantastic. I think $9,000 Canadian is a modest goal. You have perks that are going to be as cheap as, I think the cheapest one's $10. And the most expensive one, I think, is $6,000. So There's perks from all different levels, all different things. And so I think we can do it. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I wish I did. Will we... My crystal toilet paper roll. Look at that. 2-ply, too. How about that? Will we raise $9,000? I have no fucking idea. I don't know. But what I do know is we're going to put our best foot forward, and hopefully people enjoy what we put out. And I can't wait for people to see the teaser, the shit that we shot on the weekend. Oh, man. Day one was fun. It was really cool. Day two is sort of where the meat and potatoes are, and it was a blast. So $9,000 Canadian is what we're looking at, Mr. Trifecta. Evan, the movie guy, if it does get delayed again, I don't think it will be another full year. I don't see it getting delayed again, but again, who knows what the world's going to look like, man? I have no idea. I do know these things have a shelf life, though, and it would be very bad for that movie. Be bad for a movie like that, a movie like Candyman. Pete's Ultimate Movie Review. Just stopped by to say hi. Hey, Pete, how's it going? Frank, not Riker. Frank, I want to say your last name. I'm probably going to butcher it. I'm going to make an attempt. Frank Chronogu. I probably butchered the shit out of that. I'm sorry, brother. Says, glad you're okay, Sean. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. It's not very often where you're sitting there sanitizing your bus, and all of a sudden, BAM! That's basically what happened. It was not a roller coaster ride I'd want to go on again. Bob says, with 250,000 plus at stake, I could see Halloween Kills getting delayed. Yeah, I agree, but again, it is not a given that they're going to make $250 million. Not even with an IMAX release is that a given. Do I think they could with full capacity? Yeah. But who knows if it's going to be. It's a crapshoot at this point. Maybe it will be full capacity. Maybe it won't. I don't really know. John, Halloween Chills. The delays of Michael Myers. Yeah, right? I hear you. Evan, the movie guy, by the time Candyman comes out, for example, I feel like people just won't care anymore because of how many times it's been delayed. Those things happen. New Mutants. New Mutants didn't make shit. Didn't do well at all. Again, they had massive reshoots on that movie. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably in the minority here by a long shot. I thought New Mutant... There's some great English. I thought New Mutants was awesome. I dug it. It's nice to see a comic book movie that doesn't result in somebody saving the universe. You can tell smaller stories on the big screen. Did I miss the trifecta's question? I see. I apologize for the bad timing. Toronto Freddy, do you know what you plan to shoot on yet? I think I can answer that. I think I'm going to answer it. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. We're going to shoot on... So, most of the film is going to be shot on the Sony A7 III mirrorless camera, which shoots in 4K, and it is a wonderful piece of technology. Once I finally did get home today, I had a chance to finally sit down and toy around with that a little bit. I've been itching to do it. Beautiful piece of technology. Highly recommend it for everybody. Complicated as hell, though, with the menus. There's no doubt about that. But a wonderful camera. So we're going to shoot on that. Again, the Sony A7 III. And we'll be shooting with a couple of different lenses. Part of the movie cannot be shot on that because, as we've told you before, our movie takes place in 1988, 2006, and 2008. And the 2006 portion of the movie is kind of like our version of Cloverfield. We don't spend too much time in 2006, but when we do, It's all from a POV perspective, and there's a storytelling purpose for that I can't tell you. Where were we here? I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Brandon Thomas, push it back till 2028, make it the 50th anniversary. Who knows at this point, right? No, I think you'll see a different type of Halloween movie on that year. BT, you're crazy. Chris Davis is talking to Brandon Thomas. Okay. Alberto, how's it going, man? Alberto, one of the big supporters here at the channel. They tried to calm the fans down by saying we would get IMAX next year since we'd have to wait another year. What will they try to bribe the fans with this time? Maybe they will, bribe the fans with the Frank Riker boobs and atmosphere cut. I don't know. No idea. Another delay would be bad. Zach, Phantom Empire, are we not going to start seeing anything Halloween Kills related until next year? Could we possibly get something this October? I can tell you for a fact that I've heard for the last, 2 months now, that we are absolutely getting something in October, whether that's right on Halloween, whether that's going to be 1 year to the release date, or what was supposed to be the release date this year. I don't know. My gut says sizzle reel again, but I do think there's a chance that they drop a trailer. And I know people are going to say, well, the Batman's not the same as Halloween, and it's not. But you have enough material. There's already spoilers all over online. It's impossible to contain. Look, that ship has sailed. It's gone. Literally, Jimmy Champagne and I sat on this channel and said, eventually that's going to happen, and that ship would sail, and it'd be gone. There'd be no more containing it. Well, guess what? We're at that point. That has, in fact, happened. I think there's a shot that you get another trailer. Not the brief teaser we got, but maybe something that's in the vein of, 90 seconds. That doesn't show too much, but gives you a little bit to whet your appetite. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. You could see a teaser poster. You could see the actual poster. I don't know, but I do know that our sources, anyway, have been telling us something's coming in October, but that doesn't mean it's definitely going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. Where are we here yet? You guys corrected me on the year. Frank Riker, the poster is Michael shrugging his shoulders with a question mark over his head. That would be priceless. He's just sitting there. He's like, yeah, that'd be something else. Solid Saturn, we should have a vaccine by then. I have no idea, man. That is not my area of expertise. I'm sure, certain people want you to believe that there's going to be a working vaccine by then. I got no clue. No idea. I hope for, everybody that's watching right now or watching after the fact, and all your family and loved ones, that we do get something and life can begin to return to normal, but I have no idea. It'd be asinine for me to take a guess at that. Where are we here? Do you know what you're shooting with for the film yet? We already answered that one. Spooky Guy, hope you're feeling all right. I am. Jonathan Nichols says they can't keep delaying it forever. No, they shouldn't be able to, but I think New Mutants had 3 years worth of delays. Hopefully they use that as an example. New Mutants was a heavily hyped movie. Small spoiler here for New Mutants. If you want to see it, tune out for the next 20 seconds. There's this part in New Mutants that ties into the Logan movie, which, by the way, I think Logan is one of the best comic book movies ever made. But there's this part in New Mutants that ties into that movie that I think you're supposed to go, oh my God. But the problem is Logan came out so long ago now, and the movie's been delayed so many times, I had to sit there and go, I think, maybe. Do I even care? Does it matter? I don't know. Yeah, movies get delayed. It's not good. Looks like a lot of you guys were thinking VOD / limited theatrical release. Could happen. Could happen. Ryan Kinney says, yeah, it has to come out next year. You got to release it sometime, one would think. I think Jason got his wires crossed. Jason says, will the Halloween reboot include Jason's mom? That would be something, you know. Michael Myers hearing Jason's mom. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Wow. Will the Friday the 13th reboot include Jason's mom? Maybe on some level, but I think any reboot's going to have Jason in it, and probably with the hockey mask. That's how the general audience identifies with Jason. Maybe not the hardcore, but the general. And guess what? It's the general audience that drives your ticket numbers. Johnny T in the house. They're very close to a vaccine. I'm sure things will be normal by spring. Well, then you know more than me, man. At this point, I'm assuming nothing. I mean, I literally work for the school system, and I can tell you that they're really close to shutting down up here again, and I think things are better in Canada than they are in the States, and if we're getting ready to shut down again, that's not a good sign. Where are we here? Spooky Guy just had a Friday the 13th marathon lately, and I'm on a Jason craze. Thankfully, I never saw the news. Would have been heartbroken. I was, dude. I was so excited, and then it's like somebody ran over my hamster. Yeah, hamster. Frank Riker says he hates Scream. You don't say, Frank. You don't say. Spooky Guy. Frank loves Scream. Phantom Empire exclusive. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to let that go. Toronto Freddy says the first two Screams are great. I agree. I really like the first two Scream movies. Not so much on 3 and 4, but I'll watch them. Where are we here? Who do we talk to get we got this cover shut down? Well, you can't. It's not the way these things work. You just got to remember not to listen to them. Punk M, wait a minute. This is Halloween rumors that might get delayed. To when? This would be a huge joke if they did. The movie cost less than $20 million, just released on VOD. Well, I can tell you right now, the movie did not cost less than $20 million. Anybody reporting that does not have their facts straight. The movie cost more than $20 million. The movie, the numbers that we have anyway, are around $30 million, and then you get the rebate off of that. So, yeah. Zach says, does this mean we're not going to see anything for Halloween? I wouldn't say that. Where are we here? Horror and coffee. I hate clickbait. I hate pickles. I'm not a pickles guy. Who here likes pickles? Anybody a big pickles guy? I know my spouse can just sit there and open a jar of pickles and just be like, and just eat them. And it's just, ugh. I don't know. Ugh. Then again, I like pineapple on my pizza. That's probably going to turn off half the chat right there. Where are we? Oh my God, my chat just lagged on me. Bear with me. I might miss some questions here, guys. Wow, there's a lot here. And yes, we know what we're shooting on. We did that one. Apologies. Usually I have someone here to help me. Melissa Todd, I wish they do a Jason versus Michael. There is a pretty good Jason versus Michael fan film out there. I don't like that it's shot in the day. It just doesn't feel right, but it's a pretty good movie. I dug it. I liked it. I think Freddy versus Jason could have been amazing, and in my opinion, subjectively, of course, is shit. Wasn't a fan. The Conspiracy Trifecta, yeah, they had an article about Titanic remake, and I was so confused. Well, I mean, there's in fact another Titanic being made. It's not a movie, it's an actual ship that's almost identical to the original ship, which is also going to have its first sail be what the original Titanic sail was. I'm sure it'll go smoothly, but somewhere in your head you got to be wondering, playing with fire much here. If there is some sort of higher power, I'm not sure I'd want to be on that boat. Ship. Spooky Guys 50/50 on Friday, 2019. Pet Cemetery remake or original? Your thoughts? Well, Jason, I have not seen the remake yet. I've only seen the original, so I'd have to go with the original. Johnny T, how about those Yankees? Yeah, what did they beat the Jays, like 50-15 across 3 games last week? Yeah, that was not fun. David Cameron, what was the best part of your day today? Well, David, probably the family dinner, and my not so best part was, it definitely wasn't getting hit by another bus. So, where are the latest rumors on Nose? Clearly, Nose is supposed to be an acronym for some. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. What are the latest rumors on Nightmare on Elm Street? You should have just said Elm Street, man. I haven't heard anything. In fact, Toronto Freddy might be more connected than we are with that. I will say this, though. If Mike Flanagan gets his hands on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, sign me up. Because Dr. Sleep was fucking fantastic, and Flanagan basically, in my opinion, could have the keys to any horror franchise he wants. Does anyone know who Dave was referencing? I want to check out his stuff. I have no idea who Dave was referencing. Your best bet might be to ask Frank, and Frank might not even know. So, Spooky Guy, we're hoping for 10K on our fan film, but my channel's so small, I'm very concerned. Spooky Guy, I would strongly encourage you to go watch Dave's video about the Indiegogo campaign. He talks, or Indiegogo in general, he talks about a campaign he ran a few years ago for his film that failed terribly. Hey, I have no idea if ours is going to fail. I hope that enough of you guys, I mean, there's, at some point, I think we were at 62 people watching live tonight. If a quarter of those people decide they're going to donate on some level, that's going to generate some money. How much? I have no idea. Look, we're hoping 9,000 Canadian. It could end up being 2,000. And if it does, we're doing the film regardless, but how long of a film and what we can do completely depends on how much money we raise. I'm not rich enough to be able to completely fund a movie by myself. Just, it's not possible. Even with the experimental methods that we're using, we think that we can do something really creative and do something that's not out there, by the way. There are parts of the movie that we have planned that I don't think you have seen anywhere on the internet. And that's the one thing I can say is our project is extremely unique. There's 10,000 Halloween fan films coming out. We have one. Spooky Guy has one. Mask Maker Mike has one. Billy, Bob, Joe, Dean, Cassie, and Alex probably all have one. So if you're going to choose Halloween, you need to do something unique and something different. And we're doing that. The path that we've chosen is something different, something unique, and Halloween traditionalists may not like it. I still think it'll be better than Halloween 5 storytelling-wise. But we have a plan. We're using this as a launching pad to be able to do a couple of other things. And I can't really say more on it than that. But we hope that you guys will come out and support it, and we'd appreciate it. Spooky Guy, what's Ray's opinion on the Friday films? Well, I don't like talking for someone else when they're not here. And by the way, Ray could really, whether you're a believer in God, I mean, hopefully this isn't offending anybody. I'm not, but I don't criticize anybody who is. It's not like I'm one of those guys. And look, the rules of YouTube: don't talk politics and religion. You get yourself in hot water. My rule of thumb is this: who the hell doesn't want there to be something after life? The idea of being just dead and gone sucks. It stinks. But until I see otherwise, that's kind of where I am with it. So I know some people don't like when people say, can someone get your thoughts and prayers, or maybe just be thinking about them. Ray's wife, who's also my cousin, through marriage anyway, might lose her foot. she's going through. She has a serious infection. It's gangrene, and they're talking to an amputation specialist, and she's not well right now. So, on top of doing this film, which is a nice form of escapism for Ray, he's got that on his plate too. So, if anybody has a heart out there, definitely have him and his significant other in your mind right now. We're doing all we can to help them out. But in general, Ray likes the Friday films. Maybe not, Jason X, but he likes the Friday films. Alrighty. Travis Middleton says, I'm in. Sounds cool. I don't know who you're saying that to, Travis. Hopefully us, but we'll see. Ryan Kinney, what would you think about an animated Freddy versus Jason versus Ash done by the DC animation team with the voices of Robert Englund and Bruce Campbell? That'd be fantastic. I would watch it. I know some people hear animation, they don't like it. I'll go one further. Have you guys seen the animated Resident Evil movies? I think they're fantastic. I think they're way better than any live-action Resident Evil movie we've gotten. Give me some horror movies done by those guys. That'd be fantastic. Punk M, okay, I watched the stream for like 30 minutes ago, and I saw the Halloween rumor, LOL. They act like it's a $200 million movie. Yeah, they do. And it's not. It's not at all. Which is frustrating. But, you gotta sort of look at it from their perspective as a studio. Not just a fan, as a studio and companies trying to make money. And with Halloween, there's so many people that have a different piece of the pie that it gets divided so many different ways. And they need to make as much money as they can. It's simple as that. But delaying it another year, that would not be good. Again, not buying it, simply a rumor. Solid Saturn, what do you think we'll get for Halloween Kills this year? Man, if you're asking me to make a bold prediction here, I'm not saying that I have heard that this is definitely happening. I'm simply answering his question. My gut says we're going to get a trailer. I truthfully believe we'll get some form of video. Let's put it that way. Melissa Todd, I'm a Myers fan. Sad about it not coming out this October. Yeah, I was at Toronto Freddy the other day, and we sort of looked at one another and we're like, oh, hey, we would have been at TIFF tomorrow. And that was a bit of a gut punch. That was not fun. Totally not fun. Toronto Freddy, let's get some more likes on this stream, please. Yes. Here's some shameless plugs for y'all. If you're watching right now, and there's 45 of you currently watching, at some point there were 60 plus. I'm sure a couple hundred people have come in here at some point or another. If you like the channel, and it's not just me that you get to see here, there's other people that come in. Just tonight was spur of the moment, so it's just me. Drop a like. It literally takes less than 2 seconds to click the like button. So drop a couple of these, or hey, if you don't like it, maybe drop a couple of these. But drop something. React. It takes 2 seconds to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take 2 seconds. Click the subscribe button somewhere down here. And don't forget to click the notification bell to keep up to date on all the future content. Remember, every single time, whether it's our videos or Spooky Guys videos or Days videos or anybody else that has a YouTube channel, every single time you click this button, it helps that video get found more by other people. And that's the goal, to grow the community. So definitely take a second, drop a like. It helps. I know we all get used, some of you guys are probably sitting there on your phones and like, yeah, you know what? No, my finger. No, I get it. Just hit the like button, not just on our videos. If you like another YouTuber, it takes 2 seconds. It helps them a lot. Where are we here? Frank Riker says it all depends on a vaccine release. No doubt, Frank. No doubt. Sequels almost always make less than the first film. Pumpkin, you are spot on. That is 99% correct. There are some cases where that ends up not being correct. More often than not, it is. Josh Hart says, I think we're going to see Halloween Kills next year, but I don't expect to see Halloween Ends until 2023. I can tell you that they were really amped up to begin filming Halloween Ends, and I know there was a lot of other channels saying they were going to start filming it soon again. And all the information that we've received is, well, that was certainly a possibility. It doesn't sound like Halloween Ends is going to enter filming until sometime next year now. And that sort of makes sense with what's going on. Why do you, like, it's one thing if your production had already started and you're just getting back to what was already there. But to ramp up production and then have to shut it all down for who knows how long doesn't make a lot of sense, costs more money. Where are we here? Josh Snyder, I'm looking forward to the Friday the 13th collection on Blu-ray from Shot Factory. I already pre-ordered mine. Did you pre-order? Yes, I did. I did mine on Amazon.ca, though. It was cheaper. Spooky Guy, Sean, if you can say, is the MPA cutting, changing Halloween Kills? Well, if you know Kills like I do, Spooky, you know there's some... there's a couple of scenes in that movie that that are going to be borderline, really, really borderline. Hopefully it sticks with an R, and they won't have to cut anything, but there are a couple of borderline moments for sure. Pumpkin, why would they not delay Halloween Kills but wait until 2023 for Halloween Ends? That makes no sense. He must be talking to someone else in the chat. Frank Riker, hot tub! Damn right, Frank. Invite me over. I could use a hot tub right now. I'm sore as shit. Toronto Freddy Halloween Chills. That's awesome. Bob, do you or any other who make fan movies of Halloween or Friday the 13th run into copyright issues? Yes. Yes. So Ray's movies, which we've talked about, Halloween Revelation and Halloween Tribulation. I was in his second movie, Halloween Tribulation. They ran into rights issues on YouTube for using music they didn't have rights to. And YouTube is a little more strict then and just had some funky rules. And both of them got ripped down off of YouTube. To be honest, right now our plan is to not only have an entire score done, like we're not taking someone else's cover version or whatever. We have someone who we're working on with all the music for our film. So we don't think that we're going to run into those issues. Melissa Todd, Josh, yes, already made both movies. Travis Middleton, will you have Jamie Lloyd appearance in your movie? You'll have to wait and see. Indiegogo campaign launches soon. Where are we here? What the wrench for? The wrench, it means that he is a chat mod. Toronto Freddy and Frank Riker, both chat mods here for Fandom Empire. They do a hell of a job too. Righty. Melissa Todd, no spoilers. Yes, correct. I'm not sure why he said that to you, though. Solid Saturn says, I don't think there should be a shutdown. Well, maybe not where you are, man, but I can tell you that our numbers are back where they were in June, so a shutdown is more than likely. Is the Friday the 13th Part 3 box edition going to be in true 3D? I don't know the answer to that question. I wish I did. I do not. Where do we have here? Melissa Todd, what, you're an actor? I acted in a fan film years ago. When was this shot? I think it was shot in 2009. Do I have experience acting? Yes. I majored in drama. Was a part of a wonderful program right here, just outside Toronto, Ontario. Almost went to film school. Ultimately didn't. So I definitely have some experience. You're not going to find me on IMDb or anywhere, but I'm definitely not afraid to put my face on camera. Let me refresh the chat here, guys, because it just froze on me again. I don't know what's going on with the YouTube studio lately. Generally, if you're new to the channel right now watching this, we don't always answer everybody's chat question. You know, The channel still needs to generate revenue via super chats and whatnot. But tonight we're trying to answer everybody's question as we can. So I'm going to give the official 5-minute warning, guys. Any questions you have left or any super chats you want to send in, now's the time to do it. 5 minutes left in the show, starting now. Last questions in. Solid Saturn, people need to get back to work. Well, that's easier said than done, man. That is easier said than done. I can tell you right now, I work with kids. You know, I drive for a private school, and every single time that I go out there, I'm putting my health and my family's health on the line. It's not as easy as just saying get back to work. That's just not how it works. Spooky Guy, also one more question. Are you excited for the Friday 2 uncut footage? Yes. Look, I love extras. Fucking love them. I didn't think the stream was going to be as long as it is tonight because I intended to go and watch that Dark Knight trilogy documentary that's out there on YouTube right now. I love behind-the-scenes stuff so much. I know some people could care less about them, but I love them. Zach, they wouldn't dare make Halloween Kills PG-13. No, they wouldn't make it PG-13, man. But just because your movie is rated R doesn't mean you're allowed to put whatever the hell you want in it. And there are some questionable things in the movie as it stands today. Melissa Todd says, met any actors? Yes, quite a few. Way too many to name, actually. But I guess I'll name a few that were interesting experiences. I met William Shatner. I met Carrie Fisher. Both of those two were unique experiences. I met Richard Dreyfuss. So I've definitely had an opportunity to go out and meet people, which is nice. Toronto Freddy, Phantom Empire, I found my Necro promo video on YouTube. I'll link it below for anyone who wants to see it. If you like Freddy Krueger, if you like Nightmare on Elm Street, check out our boy, Toronto Freddy. He's good shit. Real good shit. Conspiracy trifecta. Was William Shatner a dick? So it was in the Metro Toronto Convention Center. This has got to be going back 13, 14 years ago now. I was probably about 18 years old at that time. And so he's going from his signing just somewhere else. And the problem is you have so many different lines in the Metro Convention Center, and sometimes it's well organized, and other times it's not. And so you have security escorting him, and this one fan is not walking close enough to Shatner to like touch him or anything, but he's basically begging him for an autograph because he didn't get up to the front of the line in time for it, and it's Mr. Shatner, please, Mr. Shatner. And even though Shatner had security with him, he turns around and he's like, would you leave me the fuck alone? Right in front of everybody. And I looked at my buddy and I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, I sort of get it. I do. Like, you're not going to want to be bothered all the time, but he probably could have handled it a little better than that. Solid Saturn said he's met Kane Hodder. Folsom Proctor, do you think the movies for the rest of the year, theater-wise, will come out, or do you think studios might try to make what they can? I have no idea. I'm at disbelief that Bond is still set to come out. I hope it does. My fingers are crossed that it does come out. I love Daniel Craig as James Bond, which, by the way, it does seem like Tom Hardy, in fact, will be the next James Bond. There's some legitimate sources behind that. And I'm cool with that because I like Tom Hardy. I want to see Bond in November, just for something to look forward to. But at this point, I'm expecting a last-minute delay. Then again, you got to remember, the Bond movies make most of their money overseas. So maybe that's different. Melissa Todd, I love Nick Castle. I've never got to meet Nick, but he seems cool. Do you have any tips for cinematography? Yeah, don't do it the way I did it years ago because it was terrible. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do is research. I love being able to sit down, read a book, watch YouTube videos, soak in as much information as I can, talk to other filmmakers. Look, the way that we have spoken about our film is, well, Ray has made 2 films. He made them a long time ago in very outdated equipment. It's well noted, I failed to make a Halloween fan film a couple of years ago. We had most of the footage, but we needed to reshoot things, and we lost a couple of the people, and to recast in the middle of a film just seemed out of place and not right, and it's the way things go sometimes, guys. Look, this is a learning experience for me too, but I can tell you that we're not going into it blind. I have reached out to guys like Braden Timmons, Dave McRae, even Vincent DeSante, and I haven't actually spoken to Vincent, though. I did reach out to him. Where with Dave and Braden, you want to soak up, you want to be a sponge. Don't just take one person's opinion on something or advice on something. Soak up as much as you possibly can. Watch YouTube videos, read books, think of some different ways that you can do things. Look, if your thing's just going to be the same as the guy to the left of you and the guy to the right to you, but by the way, this guy got a bit of a workout on the weekend. If it's going to be the same as what everybody else is doing, you're not doing anything new. And while it was cool to get advice from those guys, I can tell you that, part of our film, a big chunk of it, is being done in a very different way than either of those guys are approaching their films. Will it be successful? No idea, but it's something that we want to do. And we also want to show people that, hey, you don't need to hire a cinematographer. You do not need, a massive, $100,000 budget to make a really good fan film. And that you can do it with research, with time, with heart and dedication and perseverance. Will it look as good as some of those other guys? Probably not, or maybe your fan film will look better. But the point is, with enough drive and enough passion and commitment, you can do it. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. But you need to be committed to seeing that through all the way. Like one of the things we're debating right now is, like, cases are going up here. So we're filming the teaser, and we're really excited to, right now we're still working on the actual script for our film. We know the story, but knowing your story and writing the script are 2 different things. And we want to get to shooting ASAP. But there's the possibility that our film might not shoot till next year. Our release date, and we're sticking to it, is October 8th, 2021. So it's over a year from now that we're going to release our film. Unless, I somehow get talked into otherwise, but I'm pretty set on that date. The other thing is, instead of shooting next year, I've had the idea for a long time. You know what? If you had the equipment, the technology, and the wherewithal to do it, seeing Michael Myers in the snow, if done right, could be amazing. It snowed here on Halloween before, not for a long, long time, but when I was a kid, it snowed a couple of times. Nothing wrong with a random Halloween storm coming in or a winter storm coming in. So there is the possibility that we can take our story as currently constructed and also film it in the winter. All things are on the table. Honestly, we're going to see how the Indiegogo campaign goes and go from there. But we're not going to, rush into something before we're ready to do exactly what we need to do. So we'll see where the support is and go from there. Couple of minutes left, guys. Final questions in right now. Lots of John Carpenter is a dick, no doubt. Walking Dead coming back on. Yes, not only is it coming back on, it will be its final season, an extended season, but its final season for sure. Alberto, I've met plenty of famous people, but never went out of my way to bother anyone. If a celeb is eating at a restaurant with their family, I wouldn't bother them. I have literally been eating at the same restaurant as a couple of NHL players a couple of times. No one massive, but still enough that people would probably bother them for autographs, and neither time did I approach them, because it just, they deserve to have their peace. You know, they're out there with their families. They don't want to be bothered. But that's also what you get with fame. You know, you get noticed. If you want to bury your head in the sand, don't be famous. Where are we here? Melissa Todd, I think Courtney ruined Halloween. Solid Saturn, celebs are people too. Melissa Todd, Oprah Winfrey is a snob. She was at my hotel. Okay. Falson Proctor, is there a film you would compare the violence level in Halloween Kills to? I'm trying to figure out what I should prepare myself for. I can't remember if it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel or the remake. But I would say it's worse than that. But also while still staying true to your typical Halloween movie, especially in the flashback. Where are we here? Wish donation would have survived. I don't know what that means, Melissa. Z Nation. I'm going to refresh the chat one more time, but I think we may, in fact, be done tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11:20 here on the East Coast. Yeah. Oh, Flinter, chicken dinner in the house. Think the prequel was more violent than the remake. I can't remember. I haven't seen either one in a very long time. But yeah, Kills is on that level at times, no doubt. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this impromptu episode of Fandom Empire Live. We took a lot of time to answer everybody's chat questions. Again, if you're new to the channel, keep in mind, typically you'll need to send in a super chat to guarantee your question be answered. But on a night like tonight, I just wanted to come and spend some time with the community and answer as many questions as I could. Always appreciate the support, guys. Big shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Greatly appreciated. We have let's go through this. I do have cues for a reason. Instagram, Fandom Empire Now, CampHaddonfieldPodcast, and Star Wars IRB. Twitter is at Fandom Empire Now and at SWRenegades. Guys, I can't stress enough. Follow us on social media. It helps out a lot. And then our Patreon page is www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to make up for the Patreon stream we missed. So we'll be back tomorrow night for Lampkin Lane Patreon members, 8 o'clock Eastern, talking What If and some more Halloween Kills tidbits. 8 o'clock Eastern. Also, if you are thinking about joining our Patreon or you're already a part of Patreon, we are launching a brand new Patreon show called the Fandom Empire Underground, where we basically talk about anything. Anything is on the table. And you'll see that once every 2 or 3 weeks on Patreon. We want to do more over there. Look, if people are putting out their hard-earned money to support your product, you want to give back as much as you can. And you can subscribe to us on Patreon, www.patreon.com/FandomEmpire for as little as $2 a month or as much as $13 a month. Up to you guys, but we appreciate the support regardless. Also, don't forget, Haddonfield to Vanished, a Fandom Empire production, a Halloween fan film, and a sequel to Halloween 4, our Indiegogo fan film campaign, launching soon. Don't have a date yet, but you can bet your ass that it's launching soon. Big shout out to Toronto Freddy and Frank Riker in the chat for doing their thing, and a big shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. Means a lot, guys. Appreciate the support. And we will see you next time. The boogeymen, plural, are coming. Good night, everybody.